Our first contestant on the show is Lauren Berlingeri. She is a holistic nutritionist. She is a health coach. She was the host of the fabulous Woman versus Workout series. The woman, I hear, Woman versus Workout. I trust Woman won.
Woman, yeah. It was a YouTube series. It was really cool. I did all sorts of crazy different things, from Navy SEAL training to NASCAR driving to motocross. It was really awesome. You guys can still check it out on YouTube. It's really fun.
Well, I got to say, you came out of Woman versus Workout better than the guy from Man versus Food. He took it on the chins. So let's start with this question, and the answer, I will just tip you to this, has nothing to do with transportation. How'd you get here?
To New York City?
No,
Okay.
here, with your business, with what you do. Yes,
So I'm
higher
originally
dose.
from Canada. I moved to New York 10 years ago. I was an international model for 10 years prior to that, and I traveled to all sorts of amazing places, and I lived in Turkey, I lived all through Europe, South Africa, Australia, amazing places. And then I was brought to New York also modeling, and then quickly transitioned into fitness, health, wellness. I started hosting. I had my own show, Women versus Workout. It was really cool. Then started hosting for UFC, EA Sports. Awesome. Got into health and wellness, studied to be a nutritionist. Started working at a health and wellness startup. It was all amazing. But there was one thing missing, and that was infrared. So I was introduced to infrared from some of the top specialists. My job at Aloha, which was a startup I worked for, was to be around the most influential people in health, wellness, doctors, nutritionists, naturopaths, fitness people, and I was introduced to the infrared sauna. And I tried it. It was amazing. At the time, I had cystic acne, even though I was, trying to live my life as holistically as possible. I still had hormonal issues because I was overworked, stressed out, living in New York City, and living in that rat race. Tried the sauna, came out. My skin was absolutely glowing. My energy levels were super calm and chill. I slept like a baby. Decided that night I was going to go home and write an article about it. So I started to research infrared, and I started to learn about all the amazing benefits. And guys, it's crazy. If you guys get a chance, Google infrared, benefits of infrared. I don't even know if you want to go into this right now, but I'm going to do it. Detoxes you, de-stresses you, gives you amazing glowing skin. It's so good for downing cortisol, releasing serotonin, all these happy chemicals. It's the best quick fix that you will ever find in health and wellness, and it's actually enjoyable.
So you worked for UFC, meaning you span the range from the infrared to the ultraviolet. So that's really good. Thank you.
That was good.
Yeah, it was great. To the layman, how does it work, and tell me why it's not dangerous?
So infrared mimics the sun's rays, so it heats the body instead of the air. So traditionally saunas heat the air, and they're very aggressive, and it's, can almost deplete you and take from you, and it leaves you feeling like you need to take a nap. Infrared heats the body, which heats objects, which is a much more gentle and effective way, and so does the sun. That's how the sun heats you up. So it's, for people that go into the sauna traditionally, even though you get the same sweat, when you go into the infrared, it's like, wow, is this thing on? What's going on? I'm so energized. I feel amazing. And it's actually really low EMF. There's not many bad things about it. When you research it, it actually comes up, there's nothing really bad about it besides the fact that you have to drink lots of water. And it's so that it literally heals people. So people that have Lyme's disease or people that have autoimmune disorders, we get all sorts of people that are really sick and ill that come to us on the day-to-day basis that are looking to feel better. So it's really good when people that are really, really sick come in and they can feel better on the day-to-day, that it has to be good for you. Let alone for the people that are not sick, like Pete was saying, that just want to feel better and look better, they immediately see the benefits coming out of it.
So how many shops do you have? How many infrared would each be an individual sauna?
Yep.
And it's one person per sauna?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah.
This is where the fun happens. Yeah. So besides all the amazing benefits for you, it's actually a two-person sauna. So it's one of the best ways to spend with your significant other. If you want to go in with your best friend, we always want to do these healthy things with our best friends, and we end up going to a workout class, which is awesome, super healthy, but then you can't really connect with them. Whereas with the infrared sauna, you go in there with a friend, you connect with them, you have the best conversation, you're sweating, you're feeling amazing, your skin's glowing. it turns into this like dance party, and that's kind of like what's happened with Higher Dose, is that it turned into this like phenomenon where, you know, people are just obsessed with it and taking these cool photos, and it's just kind of like blown up because it's such a natural thing to do and it's so much fun.
So you guys are where, above an apothecary on the Lower East Side or
Yeah.
something? Because like the artisanal mayonnaise store had occupancy. So, and where are you going next? I've been hearing some things.
Yeah, so we're right now, we're on First and Bowery, and it's kind of like speakeasy vibe where you can't like walk by and see our sign. It's kind of like something that you know, hear from a friend and you find it, which is kind of cool. And then our second location is an ABC home, which is iconic and amazing. You know, the founder of ABC is obsessed with infrared sauna. She's had one for 10 years, and she's been trying to think about, how do I get this into ABC home? And we came across, and it was like perfect, and she was like, you guys can do this, and we did it, and we're sold out, and it's crazy. So those are our first two locations, and now that we have amazing partners, my business partner too, Katie, who's sitting over there, our next movement is to open up our own wholly owned, higher dose, infrared spa where we get you high naturally, and it's really just a great place to hang out and have fun.
Is the one in ABC like a pop-up store, or is it going to be there?
Yeah, so it started out as a pop-up, and it did so well that we're talking about taking over more space and doing a permanent location. But we've been there for 6 months, and we've been, you know, almost at capacity, and we're doing really, really well. So they would like us to stay longer and take over more space, build out more saunas, build out a shower, a cool bar. And we're the first people to bring services to ABC, which is also really interesting. And it's a new way of shopping, you know, when you go and you do an infrared sauna and then you want to shop afterwards. So it's really cool to see this direction happen in New York City, because, you know, places in LA are already doing that, where you can go and get a service and then you can shop and get a coffee all in one place. This is kind of a new vibe for Manhattan, and it's really cool because, you know, the retail and going out and shopping is kind of dying, and we need to bring the people back in, and what better way to do so?
And how many machines, shall we say machines, or is that like not
Some
saunas? How many or do they each have their names? You know, Ethel, Greta. How many saunas are there in each location? What are your hours of operation? How long is a session? How much is a session?
Yeah, all good questions. So at our Bowery location, we're open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. If you want to get a session at 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. or on the weekend, try to book at least 2 days in advance, which we're really happy about. But 7 to 4, we're still filling up. It's about 70% occupancy at the moment. We have 4 saunas there, 30-minute sessions or 60-minute sessions. You don't actually go in the sauna for that long. You get the room for that long. So the cool thing is it's not just a sauna. You get your own private room. It's like a luxury hotel. You get like your own water, essential oils. You know, you go in there, you listen to your own music. You can go in with a friend. It's like this private oasis where you can escape New York and just switch off and have your own place to do so. And then ABC, we have 3 saunas, and we're looking to grow more. But it started off as a pop-up, and now it's going to be permanent. So that's exciting.
So these are 2 opposite questions in a way. What's to stop this gets really popular, so what's to stop the market from being flooded and you just being another infrared sauna location? And the second thing is are people seeking it out because they know of Higher Dose, they know of your business, or they know of the technology infrared and they try to figure out where is one in New York? Oh, I found one. I'm sure it's a little bit of a combination, but do you have to kind of market the idea of an infrared sauna, or are you more saying, if you've heard about infrared saunas, ours is the location to do it in?
Yeah. So we have had crazy press. It's a really cool location. It's a really cool brand, Higher Dose. We're all about getting high naturally. Dose stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. It's about feeling good. When you come to our spa, you listen to your own music, the light's going, you get your own private room, it's a sanctuary, the technology's on point. It was just such an easy thing to write about for press, and we got a lot of it. We really did. It's something different, it's affordable. When, you know, editors would research infrared, they'd look at the benefits and just be like, this is crazy. This is like a dream, you know, editor's job, is to like be able to talk about a product like this that exists, that's cool and affordable. So I think that was just really easy for us to just get, you know, the word out there. And then that's when infrared started spreading. And now a lot of people know about infrared, whereas before you really had to be like a wellness expert, you know, a little bit of an extremist, as you would say, where you're obsessed with health and wellness and you have an infrared sauna in your house and you know about it, or you're a doctor, or you got sick and you know about it. But we're trying to make infrared a household name because it really is good for everybody. It benefits everybody. You look and you feel great and you have fun doing it. So, and then how we're gonna stop everyone from going to any other location but Higher Dose is the experience. Start to finish. Our girls are amazing. They have the best personalities. They remember your name. They can't wait to talk to you when you get out. We make sure that the vibe of the room is like a luxury hotel. It's like trendy, it's cool, it's awesome. The community, we want to build like a really cool rock star bar where you can like take shots of elixirs and tonics and all things that get you high naturally, but you actually think you're like, traditionally when you're sitting at a bar, like Pete said, you're drinking like a Moscow Mule or alcohol. So you don't want to take that away. That tradition and that culture is actually really fun in New York. So if we can bring that, but bring you actually healthy things to do and get you high naturally with that, then we're going to be bringing in the people because it's going to be such a nice thing to do with somebody, and maybe you're going to meet somebody or even just be inspired by our amazing girls that are operating the bar that are talking about biohacking and like what they're doing, what they're eating, like how they're taking care of themselves, and it's just infectious and contagious, and we just want to create an environment that is really rock solid that people don't ever want to leave.
So I'm going to guess that the reason that the staff is so attentive and perky is just you blast them with doses of infrared.
Exactly.
And they can't help but being it. And by the way, the whole dopamine, serotonin, endorphin, what was the O? Oxytocin. I can't believe that was out there and no one else took that.
I know.
You need adrenaline in there some way, but that would be like
But
O-seed.
bad, so yeah.
And all those things are good?
Those are all good. Those are all happy chemicals. So if you Google your 4 main happy chemicals, those are the ones. They're really awesome. Adrenaline's cool. It pushes us to do different things, but it also could be bad because it can release stress. And we don't need any more stress here in New York. We actually just want to feel good, look good, and that's the way health and wellness is trending. It's like, I don't want to go to a workout class anymore that's telling me that I'm going to get skinnier thighs. That's not the truth. I want to go there, and they're going to promise me that I'm going to feel amazing. And I'm going to be magnetic, and I'm going to practice self-love. So
I want to ask you, so you mentioned Katie. So you have a partner. I think you're probably the only business owner of the ones who we're going to speak to started it with a partner. I read this book by a guy named Joshua Wolf Schenk, and he went through all the great partnerships in history. And he says they come in different forms. Like there is mentor-mentee, there is muse and artist. And then Lennon and McCartney had an interesting one where one was the dreamer and the other one was the realist. Is yours like that?
I would say Katie and we're more yin and yang. Like, we couldn't be more different in skill sets. Like, this girl is absolutely brilliant. She went to the fanciest of schools and worked on all sorts of amazing health and wellness startups. And she's a smarty pants. Like, she likes Excel spreadsheets and numbers and, like, can look at things from 10,000 feet and just go, yeah, that's it. So that's not me. I'm like health, wellness, product. Like, I'm in it. I'm like eat, sleeping, and breathing it. So she's kind of like pulls me down to earth a little bit sometimes and is like, how are we going to make money off of that? Which is a good question. You need that question. I'm like, but it's going to be amazing. So, but then there's like the part of us that are exactly the same. We're both extremists. We both speak to the brand. She's a marathon runner and like just somebody that's like a badass woman, that is like overly smart and overachieving. And I am the same. Like with Women versus Workout, like you couldn't stop me if you tried. You couldn't give me a challenge that I wouldn't do. And we both like just love getting high naturally. And I think that is what really keeps us together and on the same vision, because there's never a moment where we disagree about something in business. Something personally is a different story, but not in business. And that's been really nice, and I think that those relationships are almost impossible to find, and if you do find them, start a business.
And my last question is, of the 4 happy chemicals, which is your most favorite and why?
So this is funny because hers is oxytocin, mine's not. I'm an endorphin freak.
There's a huge oxytocin versus
Yeah.
conundrum. I mean, I could do a whole podcast.
I know. It's kind of like, which one's your favorite? Like, I'm obsessed with endorphins because I'm a workout freak. Like, if I don't work out and I come to work, people know it. It's like my drug of choice. And I'm a dopamine addict. Like, I talk about checklists. Like, I'm a triple Virgo in my chart. So it's like, what are we doing? Are we moving things forward? Like, let's go, go, go. I'm working all the time. Like, it's a really good thing to have. It's awesome. And she's dopamine and she's oxytocin. She's a lover.
Dopamine.
She's
dope?
we're dope. Yeah, we're both just dope. So that's really cool.
Thank you. Lauren Berlingeri. Thank you so much, Lauren.